I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Have we got a deal, or should we say deals, for you? Hey, I'm Kelly Wilkness here with Anita Joyce, and this is Decorating Tips and Tricks, episode 455, Amazon Deals, Winter Edition. And you all loved the fall edition. I think you're going to like this one even more. We have such fabulous finds at such great prices. I'm going to share all of that with you today. But before we do, we want to thank everyone for your lovely reviews and your sweet emails saying that we have been a bright spot, or Decorating Tips and Tricks has been a bright spot during this past year and into the new year. COVID's been tough on everybody. We are so happy that you have found a bit of delight, respite, whatever you want to call it, and maybe some deals by listening to Anita and I. So we are definitely going to keep the tips and tricks coming. And thank you so much for listening and taking the time to let us know that you are. Later on in this episode, we are going to announce dun, 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 the winner of our birthday celebration giveaway. You had to leave an iTunes review to enter and let us know that you did, along with your iTunes name. And so many of you did. Thanks to everyone who entered, and thank you very much for the lovely reviews. And so listen on and to find out who the winner is. Okay, you want to tell us your first deal?
Well, my first deal, this is kind of to help bridge people from Christmas decor to winter decor.
Oh, crossing that bridge with you, holding hands. Let's do it.
That's right. Okay. Well, and this is something I actually have in my house right now. And some people buy these for Christmas, but they actually work all year round. It is a lit birch tree. Have you seen those?
I have. I might have some lit birch branches on my list too.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So this is like a 6 foot tall. Now it's around
6 foot tall.
It's a 6 foot tall tree. Now the one I have is about 4 feet tall, but I thought this would be and it's really a reasonable price, close to around $70. But it's nice and tall, and this is a good looking one, and it's actually Amazon's choice. So they only give that to the ones that get great reviews that people really like. But I think it's such a nice thing to have in your house because it's basically this birch tree and there are lights at the ends of each of the branches. So it's nice at Christmas time, but then it's nice after Christmas. So I think plain is fine, but around Valentine's Day, which is coming up, you could put Valentine's hearts on it. You can do Easter eggs for Easter. I mean, really, you can put whatever you want on it depending on the season, which is what I like about it. It's one of those basic pieces that you can adjust and add to for whatever season that you're in.
Yeah, I so agree. So that's sort of at the bottom of my list, but should I just jump in here with my now? Because this is kind of the same, but it's two, I think it comes in a set of 2 branches. They're 32 inches tall. They have 150 lights on them. They look really good. The thing with the one that I'm suggesting is you plug it in. Is yours plug-in?
Oh, yeah. They
okay, because some of them have batteries.
If it's like the one I have, this one has a cord. If it's like the one I have, there's a timer. So you can set it to go off in an hour. Yes, there's a timer. People
are going crazy for the timer aspect of it in the reviews. So I thought it might be a little challenging to put them in a vase because of the wire. And they're for indoor or outdoor. So what I'm thinking of is maybe sticking them in the planter that I have by my front door. So you still get the little white lights, but it doesn't really scream Christmas. Or even in an indoor plant, you could tuck them in. They're in my cart right now.
Yeah, this one has 96 lights on.
Nice. Now, didn't you have a little white tree like that you used to put up in your bathroom or something for Christmas?
It's the same one. Oh. It's one I've had for a while, but
Perfect.
I found it with cleaning out the closets. I went in, we call it the Narnia closet because it's way back. I have a closet behind a closet under a staircase. But you don't make it to to Narnia, but you do make it to the stuff in the back that's too big to go in any other closet. So this tree was back there, and I was like, oh, yeah. You know how when you go in the back of your closet, you're like, oh, I forgot about this.
Oh, well, so this is definitely not only Amazon tried and true, it's Anita Joy's tried and true. So
Yes.
great.
Yes. No, I love it. So I'm very happy to have it.
And
So-
we'll have the links to everything in the show notes. As a caveat, shop local when you can, of course.
yes.
But it's very
Yes.
hard to shop local now. And as we have in the past, and we will again do it today, we have highlighted and showed you that there are small businesses on Amazon.
Yes.
You can support smaller operations on Amazon. And, you know,
Yes.
being contactless is a really nice way to shop right now. So we're curating the vastness of Amazon for you and pulling out these gems. It is a sacrifice to do the research for these podcasts. And definitely my wallet takes a little bit of a hit. I've got 3 of my items currently in my cart, and I'm toying with a few of the other ones. So my first one is a Toile pillow. Anita and I had our shop, and we loved having our shop, but we love podcasting more, so we had to make a choice.
Yes.
That being said, we were real sticklers for quality. Maybe you're not going to find our quality of pillow on Amazon, but I have to say, I have been pretty pleased with the pillows covers that I have ordered from Amazon. Because you in the balance, you say, well, I paid $17 for it. It's nice. It's not bespoke decor quality, but it's very nice. This one I haven't seen in person yet, but it looks pretty great. It's 100% cotton, self-welt with a zipper, so it's the cover, no insert, and it's toile. They have different colors, green. They have 2 different blues, a red and a gray. So I ordered the gray. I think it's called the Paloma Gray. $17.99 for one cover.
Price is right. Wow.
The price is right. And, with a self-welt and all of that, it's going to be pretty well made.
Well, also, just buying the cover makes it so much easier to get it shipped. It's so much cheaper because they can ship it in a much smaller package. So, I mean, that's the way to go. And then you can buy your pillow forms. Hopefully, you already have one in your house, or maybe you can just buy that separately.
Oh, did you put all your pillow inserts into those vacuum bags yet?
Yes. In fact, I am not finished. I bought a couple more and I actually called my family and I'm like, come on, you've got to see this. So I put the vacuum on it to suck all the air out. I'm like, I said, this is so satisfying. I could do this all day.
Right.
So I actually have some different size bags. I have a couple more.
Looking around to see what else you could put in there.
Yes, I'm looking around thinking, I think you could be shrink wrapped in there. Well, it's not
Exactly.
shrink
And if
wrapped,
you don't
but,
behave yourself, you will be.
That's right.
Just along the same lines as the pillow, it's this company called Maison de Hermine. The link will be in the show notes because I'm butchering the French. And I don't think it's from France. I'm certain it's not from France. But they also have toile drapes. They have different fabrics too, but I would just ignore those other fabrics and just focus on the toile. The drapes, they run from your normal 84-inch all the way up to 102 length, 50 wide. And I think the price range, depending on the length, was something like from $60 to maybe $89. They looked really nice. They're lined.
Great. Well, you know how we both love organization too. So I found a kind of French looking laundry basket that's wicker that has the nice cotton liner. So you could put anything in this basket. You could use it for laundry, but you could use it for really about anything. And this was a good price, but it's a nice big basket. So yeah, I'm thinking laundry size. And this is from the brand Kubu. It's 24 by 20 by 15.
Oh,
So
that is a nice size.
Yeah, so it's a nice size that you could even put it on the top of an armoire or something.
Do you know how much that was? Do you remember?
It was close to $70. I hate to give an exact amount because these prices
No, they do
go
change.
up and down, and you just don't know what it's exactly going to come out to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Faux fur. Okay, we've talked about it in the pillows and whatnot. This is a darling, could be a vanity seat, could be a footrest. It's 18 and a half inches high. It's by a brand called Bird Rock, which is American owned and hails from Austin, Texas. And it is so adorable. It's so cute, and it comes in a bunch of different colors. I mean, I could see it really mixing in with just a lot of different decors as this sort of fun little whimsical thing. Or certainly if you had a vanity and you wanted to jazz it up and not have the matching stool, you could use it. You could use it as a footrest. It would be really super cute in a kid's room. So that, did I say the price? $49.90 as of today.
Well, and I think the furry is so nice for winter time. And I love the furry stools. I actually have one that I love.
I love a footstool or an ottoman. Sometimes the ottomans are just too big, and I mean, like you used yours for a coffee table with a tray on it. I mean, that was a very large size one. But even just an ottoman that you might get with a chair, sometimes they're just too big for the room. They're kind of get in the way. But these little pieces, you can just put it off to the side. And then when you want to put your feet up, like I have to say, a lot of chairs, my feet don't touch the ground. So it's really nice to have somewhere to rest them.
Well, I love a footstool, so I'm totally with you there. And I also know we both love garden seats. But I'm kind of tired of the typical style, so I'm always looking for a little different look with the garden stool. So I found one, the Safavieh. It's the Daphne. So it kind of looks like the shape of a mushroom if you sliced off the top of the mushroom. So it's got a flat top.
Oh, flat top is always really important because sometimes you get, I think we've talked about this, sometimes you get the garden stool and for whatever reason, it has a little rise on the top of it. Hence, the wine glass is not sturdy.
Right. So you could definitely sit on this. You could set a book on it or a glass or something, whatever. But I love that it's white and it's got a basket weave pattern. But it's kind of got that little thing where it kind of goes up to a little neck and then it kind of poofs out. So it's really a cute look, and again, well under $100.
Is that so it's ceramic?
Yes, it is ceramic, but it's got that basket weave, and it's solid white, but it's got a basket weave kind of embossed.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, you can use it inside or out.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to check that one out. I think that's really cute. I have some tables for outside. And I think actually we were given them by some company years ago and we did something on our blogs. And they were nice then, but they just didn't weather well. So I'm looking for I was thinking maybe something that's just cement, something real simple and sturdy that I don't have to worry about out there. Because this was a wood top and metal on the bottom. And maybe this little sliced mushroom
I don't know else. It's kind of bad that I don't have a better description.
A decapitated mushroom, it's not because it still has some of it on there.
It's like you sliced it half off. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm visualizing that.
Are you like a tuffet, I guess. I don't know. Like Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet. I don't know.
Oh.
But I don't know what the tuffet
that was
like.
the mushroom that she was sitting on?
I don't know. I'm just...
Well, because it would not want to be flat, of course. Okay, well, we digress. How about a fur hide rug? Did I tell you guys about this one before? I don't think so.
Fur hide.
Faux fur hide rug by Erin Gates, who is the designer, and she has a great blog, and I love her book and all of that. I bought this when I was doing the transformation of the outdoor, my barn into our outdoor family room. Such a fun rug. Great quality. Really good price and makes such a statement in that room. So I did the leopard. So it's a faux hide leopard rug, $123.29 as of today. Gosh, it could go in any room and really jazz it up. Just that little pop. They also have different color waves. So I think there's a solid black one and there might be some other sort of, faux animal prints, but I got the leopard and I love it.
Very nice. Okay, so you might want a side table to sit on this leopard rug. And then, so you might want this item that I've picked out. It is a faux marble round end table, but also I like to have a little storage. So it has a lower shelf that looks like kind of a round gold tray. So that's below, and then it's got the marble top, which it's faux marble, but it's round. So, and then the legs and the under tray are kind of a gold color. Well under $100.
I just don't think you need to spend a lot of money on those side tables. No backlash against Ballard or other places like that. But you don't really need to be spending $300 on a little gold side table or silver or whatever, a little metal.
Well, there's so many inexpensive ones that are just as darling.
It's a metal table. I mean, what's going to happen to it? It's not like you're saying, oh, I need to have a certain type of wood and I want a certain type of grain or even a certain painted finish. It's metal. And then if you get tired of it being gold, you can always spray paint it a different color. I think it's a great little accent piece to have. And you should shop, whether it's on Amazon or Overstock or places like that, for things like that. Or, of course, your own little local shops. But you can get a really well-priced little side table. I like the little tiny ones that really can only hold maybe a drink or a teacup or something like that for smaller spaces. Or sometimes you have a chair that's kind of in the corner and it would be awkward to have a table jutting out. Those are great little solutions for those spots as well.
Well, that's the other thing I like about these small pieces is that you might buy them for one room and then you decide you don't really like it in that room anymore. These work in so many different rooms, so they'll be just fine. Moved around. You could even put this next to the tub. I mean, these would work beautifully so many different places.
Oh, next to the tub would be a good idea for one of those.
That's what I'm saying. I've got a table next to my tub. Yeah.
Hey, we'll be right back with the rest of the show, but keep listening so we can continue bringing you DTT. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfast, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy-to-reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. I'm busting out with some more deals unless you want to go next.
Well, I did want to mention something. It's been 4 years since we started our podcast.
Oh my gosh. It has been.
Can you believe it? 4 years ago.
I get so wrapped up in celebrating your birthday that I didn't even think about it.
And your birthday.
Yeah. February 1st, 2017. We started this. And we haven't looked back.
And we're still going strong. Over 4 million downloads. And I haven't even checked that number lately.
Could be 4 billion. We don't know.
Well, we don't know what's happened. We're
so busy. We're just here doing it, finding the deals, throwing the tips around. We don't have time to count everything, but when we check, we'll let you know. Anita, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you for listening, everybody, because,
Obviously, it's thanks to you for listening.
yeah, because if you make a podcast in the woods and no one hears it, no one hears it.
That's right. Then
Good remembering.
I have another laundry basket. Can you tell I'm into organization?
I don't even want to talk about laundry. My dryer broke again. I can't even talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me any questions.
Okay, all right, we won't. But this is actually
I'm going to need it because I can't do any laundry. No, I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me any questions.
Okay, I'm moving on, and you're stuck on it. Stop telling me not to talk about it.
Go ahead. Tell us about the basket.
Okay. It's one of those, well, I think you might have had one at one time. It's a French wire laundry basket where it kind of the top folds down for storage, or it pops up, but it's really kind of decorative, and I use it to store pillows in. So, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I carried one home from, what's that antique show in Atlanta? Jones, maybe? Something like that? Yeah, I think I sat with that on the plane. I think I have one.
Well, it's pretty
definitely
big.
have
I don't
one.
know if you did, because it's pretty big.
I have my like Pilates yoga rolled up mats in there and some yoga blocks in there. Yeah, right now. It's in the gym.
No, it's perfect for storing things like that. Throws, yoga mats, pillows. So it's just kind of a nice size and a nice decorative way to store things like that. Now, the wire holes are pretty big, so you're not going to store something small in there. Little things like mittens might fall through.
Not Bernie's mittens. They wouldn't fall through.
No, Bernie. I love the memes, the Bernie memes. Oh, and it doesn't really matter what side of the aisle you're on. It's just funny. And it has really, oddly enough, it has nothing really to do with politics. It's just, you show up at an inauguration and you look like you're going to get your laundry. I don't know. It just...
He's from Vermont. Okay, he looked great. And did you hear? I heard it on the radio this morning. They started selling merch, of course.
Well, I heard his mitten store went out of business. Is it back in business now?
Well, he doesn't have a mitten store, but he had...
No, not him, but the store that sold him the mittens.
Yeah, they were... No, it's a lady. She's a school teacher. She made the mittens for him.
But she had gone out of business, right?
No. She's just makes mittens on the side.
It must be true.
No, she makes mittens like on this, like in her spare time. She's a school teacher.
Okay.
She was on this morning, and she's like, I am not quitting my day job. I love teaching school. I do make mittens. They sold some mittens, and for charity. And she said she did save a little money, I think, for her daughter's college education or something. But one of her pairs of mittens went for $4,000. But then all the money went to charity. And then I guess on Bernie's site, they were selling merch, and all the money's going to people who need it in Vermont, like it's going to elderly and Meals on Wheels programs.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know. Isn't that great? I love it.
Those memes are so funny.
So funny. Did you see the one with the Carole King tapestry?
No.
Album cover? And it's, that album cover just said like Carole King tapestry. It said Bernie Sanders toasty. I'll send it to you.
Oh my goodness. I know. It's so funny. And I'm sure he's thinking, really, not my politics, but it's my mittens. And well, and then he fell asleep.
Oh,
that was
come
funny
on.
too.
Well, if you're that cozy, you could just doze off.
All right.
Large, round, Euro-style cutting board for...
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, display or prep. These you can really use. I have one that my family's like, should we really be using this? I'm like, yes, we're using it.
So it's new. Is it new or vintage?
This is new. These are new.
Okay, well, good. Because, see, I have some vintage ones.
Mine is of questionable heritage.
Mine are vintage and expensive, but, I'm not putting food that I'm going to consume on those things. I don't know where they've been.
Yeah, you're smarter than I am. But this company, well, I'm not sure really if mine's old. This company, just great segue, made in Vermont, just like Bernie's mittens. So it's J.K. Adams. This is one of those small companies that shows up on Amazon. You can support them. So a gorgeous, large, round, extra large, I should say, Euro-style cutting board. When it has the wood that's also kind of running horizontally. Really gorgeous.
Yes.
And they also have a big rectangle made from sustainably grown hardwoods, lifetime warranty. And now you can expect to pay up for something like this. It's $109.97 as of today. really, really well made. And if you use that as a decor piece in your kitchen, that would be very, it would really be
I actually
a nice
have
focal.
about 4 of those above my
Yeah.
range on the hood. They're just so beautiful for display.
Looks great.
Or you could set them out on your island.
Yes. See, I have one to the left of my sink as you're standing
you've
there.
got those charming ones.
Yeah, so that one we don't use because I know that one for sure is really old. And then I just have my vase on it. And that's like, one of my decor hotspots in my kitchen where I have the vase of varying flowers will change in there and, always 3 items, maybe a candle, things like that. So it's a great to use. It's sort of like a tray. Well worth the investment on that. And also would be great to maybe put out at a party. And you might be interested in this, although you have a pair, but in case you ever lose it. Toast tongs made from sugar maple wood.
Okay. Yeah, well, those are used all the time because, I make homemade bread and they're little slices. And so they would fall through they are hard to get out without the tongs.
Yeah, so everyone needs those tongs if they're doing that. $9.95. Come on, get yourself some tongs.
Nice. So one of the things that you and I adore, or I assume you adore as much as I do, are the long drop bedspreads.
Beautiful. Yes.
And I've made several. In fact, I have instructions for making one from drop cloth in the second edition of my book, French Accents. So if you want to make your own for less than $50, go get my book. And it's got all the instructions on how to do this. But if you just want to buy it and you don't want to make it, there's some on Amazon. And depending on the size, it looks like the king is less than $70. So these use up so much fabric because they're gathered all around the edge. So it's a lot. It is a lot of fabric.
So can you explain to people who may not know or can't conjure in their mind what that looks like?
So a long drop bedspread means the fabric is flat across the top of your bed, just like you would, it looks kind of like a sheet would look. But it's like I shouldn't say like, it is. There's a ruffle that is sewn from the top. Now the ruffle goes the length of from the top of the bed down to the floor. And that ruffle is sewn on all 3 sides of the bed.
Right.
Does that describe it?
I think so. Yeah. It kind of looks like in my mind, you think if you had a square birthday cake and there was kind of like piping around the edges, right? And then it just like falls to the side, right? So that's where the ruffle starts, is where the top edge of your bed, and it goes all the way around.
You know what? I'll tell you another way to describe it. It's like a dust ruffle, but it's on the top of the bed instead of just over your support or the box spring.
It's really beautiful. Like $70 for a king?
Less than that.
Still.
Yeah. So now I don't know what the fabric is, but it looks beautiful. And
It's
they got
bounty
lots of good
towels.
reviews. Well, I couldn't see what it was, but they have lots of different fabrics, so you can choose the one you want. But yeah, you can certainly talk to you can ask a question if that's a concern. You can always, I do that on Amazon, send a question about the item.
Do you? Do you get an answer?
Yes, wow. I do.
Okay.
Well, I've only dealt with Amazon after I purchased it, but
right.
I think on eBay I always ask questions before I buy. So
oh wow, okay.
They usually will, yeah. So they'll let you ask a question of the seller. I think they'll let you do it before you purchase it.
Probably, right? There's all those questions and answers. Somebody's getting answers.
Well, that's true. That's true. So it must be allowed. So yeah, free shipping, free returns. So there you go. If you don't like it.
Yeah, and I told everybody last time or the time before how easy it is to return to Amazon.
Well, you just made my day when you said, just made me.
It was so easy. Gosh,
now
I always want to return something, even if I like it.
Well, I did buy something a few months ago, and I thought, oh, it's too expensive. Because I thought when I got it, oh, I don't like it.
Right.
But yeah, now I wish I had returned it. I had no idea it was that easy.
Well, learn something new every day, especially when you listen to DTT.
Well, that is true.
Okay, well, and Amazon deals could not be complete without Peter Brady, a.k.a.
Of course.
Christopher Knight Home.
So what do we have this time? Is it a chair?
If anybody's just listening to us and didn't listen prior, well, you've got some work to do, don't you? But I will just let you know that Peter Brady is actually Christopher Knight Home. They are one and the same.
Of course.
Let that sink in for a second.
We love Peter Brady.
And so when you see those items, you're like, that's a great little armed storage bench, which I'm going to talk about today. And you think, who's Christopher Knight? What a great designer. It's really Peter Brady. We're not sure how it happened, but it is.
Well, he needed another gig. You can't be Peter Brady for the rest of your life, right?
No, you can't. It's really hard to stay like 13 for your whole life. So anyway, this arm storage bench is really good looking. And if you did hear me talk about the fact that either I am having cabin fever, like my husband says, or it is just time to switch around our master bedroom, I'm switching around our master bedroom and I need some sort of storage bench in there. I think I need one. So I'm checking this one out. I haven't purchased it, so I don't know. But anything that I have purchased from Christopher Knight Home, I've really liked. This is gray. It's got a rolled arm. It opens up, storage. It's got 4-inch legs on it. And it's about just under $200. It's $190. It is 50 inches long, 19.5 wide, and 19.25 high. Now, I mention that because I really like how whoever does this for Christopher Knight Home on Amazon lists the sizes, then has a photo showing 50 inches going across, 19 and a half going wide, because oftentimes when there's an Amazon description, you don't know what order they're putting the measurements in.
That's true.
You kind of like, length is probably the first one. And especially if it's a storage bench, you're like, oh, that's got to be the longer one. But you're not really sure on the width and the height. I did Google this quite some time ago from my own reference, and I never mentioned it to you before. But the Amazon formula, if you will. Now, does everyone follow it? I don't know. But Amazon says it should be length, width, and height. So if you're looking at something, it should be LWH in that order.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
And back to the storage bench. I think I'm going to get it. It's in my cart.
Oh, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. I think it'll be good.
Well, you have to always include Christopher Knight. I have to include some dishes.
Oh, there you go.
I found some SPO dishes, but these aren't your grandma's SPO dishes. These are not fancy dishes. These are everyday dishes that work in the microwave and the oven and all of that, in the dishwasher. And the thing I thought that was fun about this set, now it's blue and white, which I know is not your favorite colors, but for a lot of people, including me, I love the blue and white. But it's a set of, 16 pieces. So there's salad plates, dinner plates, bowls, and mugs. But the interesting thing about this set that I think makes it so fun, and again, it's a very casual pattern, is that the plates have one pattern, the dinner plates have one pattern, the salad plates have a different one, the bowls have a different pattern from the mugs, which have a completely different pattern. So they all kind of mix together, so it's just kind of a fun mix. And so you don't have to buy 4 different patterns to have this mix and match look. So I love the look. I think it's very reasonably priced. And I just think it's a fun set.
That is a great idea. So what is the general sense of the pattern? Is it floral, geometric, something like that? Well,
it's just blue and white. So the plate kind of has, it's basically white, but very sparsely spaced apart. There are like 4 dots together. Mm-hmm. Then the salad plate is a very open floral pattern. The mug has kind of it's a swirl. I guess it's kind of leaves in a vine. Kind of more of a vine.
Right.
And then I don't know what you call the bowl. It's kind of more of a geometric pattern.
Yeah, fun. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, obviously they made all these to go together, but I think that would be nice putting the bowl on the salad plate, on the dinner plate, and it would be very pretty.
Fun.
So I have one more because I think this is so perfect for winter. And it's the Pendleton wool blanket, made in America. It's blue and white cream striped blanket. And, I love a wool blanket. And the thing of it is, I love the fleece blankets too, those soft fleece acrylic blankets. But my experience with those is that they will not last and they're going to fall apart. At some point, you're going to go in your closet and they're going to crumble in your hands if you keep it long enough. But these wool, I'm sorry, but that is the truth. These wool blankets, if you can keep the moths out, are going to be beautiful forever. I have old wool blankets, and you just kind of make sure that you take care of them. And I keep cedar. I don't do the mothballs because I can't stand the smell, but I do the cedar wood, little balls and blocks around all my wool things, and they stay very nice. And this is a really beautiful one.
Do they really work, the cedar? Because I pulled something out right after Christmas, and it had some little nibbles out of it.
Well, I haven't gone over everything with a fine-tooth comb. I haven't. Well, actually, I did just fix something on a sweater. So I guess it's not 100%, but I think with those, you're supposed to take them out and kind of sandpaper them to get the scent back going.
Oh, really? I think there's something bad about mothballs. I don't think you're supposed to use those.
There's nothing like that mothball smell to just say, I'm just in God's waiting room, It's an awful smell.
Just keeping myself on mothballs the last couple of years here. Oh, Anita, you're terrible. Okay. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off, yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Well, my last crush, or one of my last crushes, was the Pendleton throw or blanket that I got.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
I just love it. I love it. I keep walking past it. It's in my living room, and I'm really glad I got it because, I was like, oh, wow, do I really need that for $199? I love it.
Well, and and again, if it's a blanket, even if you get a little bite on it from a moth, you can just get some thread and a needle and just kind of stitch it up.
Yeah, or just enjoy the patina of a little tiny nibble. That's all right.
It's natural. That's right. I kind of think of the holes in the wool like the wrinkles in linen. It just kind of
and I think they do not like lavender, so maybe some lavender sachets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did read that someplace. I don't know where. So what's our hot topic?
The hot topic is, what does a runaway home sellers market mean for designers? And that was a mouthful.
Wow.
Yeah. So the whole point of this article is that because of COVID, people are looking for bigger homes. They're looking for homes where they can work from home. And it's really kind of about how COVID has changed the way we work and the way we live. in a way that they feel like is going to have long-term repercussions. And there's a much more demand than there normally is, but also, and they're not really sure what's causing it, but there's less available on the market. And I don't know if that's because people don't want to have their homes shown during COVID, or if it's something else, or if they feel like they can't, because the prices are going up, maybe they feel like they can't afford to buy a new home. But so low inventory, high demand, that's what that translates to, high prices.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of about how people are buying the new homes, but they're paying a lot more for them. So they want them decorated, but they really don't have the money to hire somebody like they used to. So, of course, my solution to this is listen to DTT, because we've got all the best solutions for not spending a lot of money.
Oh, yes. I'm helping someone do that right now, and they're getting ready to put their house on the market. The thing is, they're wanting to stay in generally the same area. So that's where the rub is. You're really not, if you might get a lot more for your house, but you're going to pay a lot more for another house. So, if you were going to trade it in and move someplace where the housing costs are much lower, then you're in a great spot.
Right. That's the catch-22, because you want to buy low and sell high. But if you're having to buy while it's high, then, it's not a great time to be buying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Another friend of mine, they got a great offer on their house and they took it, and then they just went and rented for a year. I'm just going to see what happens.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's a doable thing too.
Yeah, yeah. But I like your point. Like if you listen to our podcast, maybe you can set your home up and have it all beautiful and beautifully staged and all ready. And then, you buy somebody else's house that doesn't listen to DTT. And so, it doesn't have the appeal that yours does. So you get more, then you pay less. It's all going to work out for you. There's so many reasons to tune in, including our crushes. What's your crush?
So I made Julia Child's beef bourguignon.
Oh, fabulous.
And of course I adjusted it because she's got way too many steps in there. Julia, I love you, but it's a little too much. So I simplified it a good bit, but it was the best thing that I have made in the last year.
Laura made that. I think it was last winter. My daughter, for us, she loves to cook, and it was phenomenal.
And I used a whole bottle of wine for mine, too, if that tells you anything. It was really good.
Well, Julia said to.
Well, I don't think she said to use quite that much. But Kevin said, you just took the bottle and you just dumped the whole thing in. I was like, well, it's Anita's adjustment.
That'll do it. Anything tastes good with a bottle of wine in it.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good. But yeah, so if you're looking for a robust recipe, I'll find a place to link to it here. It is just heavenly.
Oh, good for you. That must have been yummy. Okay, totally different type of crush from me this week. It's a podcast. It's a specific episode of a podcast. The podcast is called How to Save a Planet, and it is their episode 24, Recycling. Is it BS? And it's a really good listen. If you're ever found yourself dropping something in your recycling bin or in your trash and thinking, is this going to be recycled? Do I have to separate? Where is this stuff going? And how is it being repurposed? This is a great episode to listen to. And I think it will swear you off plastic completely. Spoiler alert.
I did buy plastic bins for my closet from IKEA when I was doing my great closet reorganization a few weeks ago. But other than that, I really take great pains to avoid plastic. In this particular case, I couldn't just use like stiff cardboard boxes because I have heavy things in there. It just wasn't going to hold up. But I'm so with you there. And the plastic is just, I don't know. I just don't like buying it if I can avoid it. And if there's a non-plastic version of it, I will buy the non-plastic version of it every time.
Yes, and I know you're very good at that. And something like that, like your storage bins, you're going to keep those for a long time. You're not going to throw them in a landfill in a year or after dinner. It's the one-use plastic we really have to be careful of. And I don't want to be a big downer and give people more things to worry about right now. But, if you're curious and if you're up for it, it's a great podcast. They have lots of good information. They cover things from the ocean to the recycling to policy and all sorts of things. So there's only 24 episodes. You could catch up or just listen to this one if you're inclined.
Are we going to feel beat up if we bought plastic listening to?
No, they're not it's not really like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really. It's informative. It's not authoritative or, you're not going to get in trouble. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's just information to take.
I like that.
So, some information to share is our winner.
Yes, I can't wait.
So, in place of our listener question today, we are announcing our winner. This is the winner of our special dual birthday celebration giveaway, where Anita and I are giving a free design consult, that would be virtual design consult, to a person who was kind enough to leave us a review on Apple iTunes and let us know that they did. And our winner, fanfare, is Ellen Reyes, known as Sissy308.
Woohoo! Ellen.
Ellen, your review was so lovely, and you emailed us and let us know that you really meant every word of it, and we really appreciate every word of it. And it reads, I love DTT. Thank goodness for DTT. The ladies are getting me through COVID. The podcast is a perfect blend of information, humor, and fun, and chit-chat. I'm starting back at episode 1 again. Thank you, Ellen. You are the winner. I have your email, and I will contact you via email, and we will set up a date and time to, get going with your consult. We're excited. We can't wait to talk to you.
Exciting. Congratulations, Ellen. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Want to talk to us? Well, we really want to talk to you. So let's schedule a design consult. Anita and I are here to give you individualized, actionable advice on how to create the beautiful home you want and deserve. It's so easy to schedule a design consult with us. Simply click the link in the show notes or head to decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. When we talk to you on the scheduled time, we will be ready with so many great tips, advice, and yes, tricks. So sign up today for a design consult with Anita and I. We can't wait to talk to you.